What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? How you guys doing? I hope you're all having a good evening. On this Thursday. My name is Markel. I'm your host. This is my first podcast in on YouTube. Obviously, I call it The Room. This is where sports talk. This is just about my podcast. Is a little bit different about talking about sport in general, about my point of view, and I pick up some random topics that I want to talk about. That I give you my input. And I'm not a media person. I don't talk about a lot of facts. I just tell you what's point blank and what I believe in. And surely, I'm real as it gets. I love debates. I watch a lot of debates on television. So I think my debate strategy is pretty good. And obviously, I'm a sports fan. For some people who don't know me, I was born in Mississauga. I live in Toronto, greatest city in the world. Obviously, I am a Raptor fan, Leaf fan, every other fan in Toronto. I am a fan in general in the NBA, NHL. So just to know a little thing about me that everybody doesn't know. I talk sports nonstop. That's just who I am, and that's never gonna change. Um, However, I am going to get into some specific topics that I'm really going to talk about. Obviously, I'm sure everybody knows ESPN covered the Raptors last night, but if you're in Toronto, we had a Sportsnet 1, obviously. Good win for the Toronto Raptors. Honestly, it was a really fun game that to watch, and for anybody to think that this was going to be an Eastern Conference preview, we're all sadly mistaken, obviously. So I don't believe that it was going to be Eastern Conference preview. I just think that the bright star, obviously, last night was Kawhi Leonard. I mean, what can we say about Kawhi Leonard? I mean, honestly, from where he was, not only playing 9 games and helping our team win 21 wins and only 5 losses. So, I mean, I'm not one of the fans that just worries about his free agency coming up. Listen, at the end of the day, he's here for one reason. He's here to take us somewhere where we have not been before. Obviously, it's the NBA Finals. So, I mean, just having a guy with his caliber can, and again, I keep forgetting, and everybody keeps forgetting. Danny Green is also a damn good player too. He can shoot lights out three from deep, and he is a good wing defender, just like Kawhi Leonard. And that's when you add guys on a team. And you know what? Yes, the Raptors were the number one team last year, but guess what? They got 10 times better than they were last year. And I just think that with a wide open East, yes, LeBron's no longer there, but I still think that we have a shot at going somewhere. And that's what I firmly believe. I believe that this team can grow and get better. I still think we haven't seen the best of Kawhi Leonard. I still haven't seen the best of Nick Nurse. I know everybody's wondering who is Nick Nurse and what has he done, to get to this point to be the Raptors head coach. Remember, last year was all of his plays, and last year the offensive numbers that these guys have put up, that was his idea. As much as we all want to give Dwayne Casey credit, and I've given Dwayne Casey credit, he was a magnificent coach. He took us from where we were from the bottom to get us to be respectable in this league, and I thank him for that. And I have nothing but, like I said, I have nothing but love for DeMar DeRozan, being an all-time Raptor. He's done a lot for the city, but at the same time, too, it's a business. We have to understand, and bringing in Kawhi helps that. And not only Kawhi's made an impact on the court, Kyle Lowry's a different player too. He's actually making the plays that he's expected to be, that he's making, and it rubs off to everybody from Pascal to Van Fleet to Valanciunas and then Serge. I mean, what can we say about Serge Ibaka? If he's drinking crickets in his protein shake, hey, I want some of that stuff because he's been balling all year long. So, I mean, are we really surprised about the start that we are at? No, but you know what? It's a good start for this team, and I think that what Kawhi's gonna. I mean, again, we can't read Kawhi Leonard in this free agency. I'm not really worried about what's gonna happen at the end of the year, but I will tell you this. I know he's enjoying Toronto. I can, you can just tell he likes playing in a city where people love him. And for people who don't know anything about Toronto, We love our superstars. We love our players. If you compete at the highest level every single night, people in Toronto will love you, and that's what Kawhi is understanding. So, I mean, I'm not going to persuade him to stay. All I'm going to say is, look what the fans are doing. They're coming out every night, and if you just do what you got to do, the media will leave you alone, and this is a place to play. Listen, I'm tired of hearing this nonsense. Toronto's cold. Yes, Toronto is cold. I'm Canadian. I live in this cold weather. But guess what? I enjoy it. Boston's cold. Chicago. New York. Not everybody's forced to go to Miami or San Diego or Phoenix or LA or California in general. That shouldn't be the reason why you don't want that shouldn't be the reason that you don't want to stay because of the weather. I get it. You're a California guy. But it's always good to understand that you're not only playing for the only team in Canada. You're playing for a country, and the country will embrace you. So we are definitely happy to have Kawhi Leonard here in Toronto. So I'm enjoying it. I hope the fans enjoy it. So enjoy the ride. Now, the one thing I want to talk about was the Lowry clip that I saw yesterday about between him and Masai Ujiri. Honestly, my humble opinion, to be very blunt about it, Kyle is Kyle. It is what it is. So it's not like, he's giving you his honest opinion. Of course, listen, I'm going to step out of my comfort zone. We've all had best friends. Trust me. We've all had best friends. I sometimes don't have good relationship with my friends. When they move away, that's life. I've been in Mississauga for a long, long, long time before I moved to Toronto. I don't talk to my friends in Mississauga anymore. I moved on. And what Masai Ujiri did, it was a business decision. He knew that you can't repeat the same thing which you did 5 years ago. It just can't happen. So I believe that, with knowing Lowry as a competitor, as a pit bull, he's gonna play his heart out, and that's what I mean by, you know what? Yes, DeMar was his best friend, but at the same time too, what did Kyle Lowry said last year? The season's a failure if you don't get to the championship, and that's where we want to go, and that's what Masai did. He made a trade. We got Danny Green and we got Kawhi Leonard, and you know what? I don't really feel sorry for DeMar DeRozan. He's making $30+ million a year. He's happy. You're with a coach who's been coaching San Antonio for years, and he's going to take you from being an all-star to a superstar. So it's a win-win for both situations. I didn't think it was disrespectful. I just believe that, the media wants to make it as, a portion of what it was, but it shouldn't. So honestly, I just think that, that the Raptors needed to do something, and I think we got 10 times better. So if I was Kyle Lowry, I'm taking it as a challenge. Yes, you could be angry, but I want you angry on the court. I don't want you angry, at management and this and that. Listen, Masai's got a job to do. You got a job to do. When the chips fall, we're gonna need you in April, May, and June with Kawhi. We have a goal in mind, and that's to get to the NBA Finals. I'm not worried about winning it. I want to get to the NBA Finals. We know how good we are, and we're gonna show it on the basketball court. So those are my impressions on what's happening with Kyle Lowry and Masai. So I'm not really surprised about that. So I mean, Kyle's a competitor, so I'm really excited to see what the team is all about. And again, Pascal Siakam is surprising me and the fans. I mean, I know he's got next. I know that he can run the floor. He's a smart guy. He knows when to rebound. He knows when to drive the basketball. That's the skill that you just can't teach. And I believe that this guy, from being in the G League last year, having his confidence up, and again, what's the thing we talk about in Toronto? When you win, it makes everything fun. Everybody has a good time, and the media doesn't hassle you about anything like that else. I just think that this Raptors team, there's another gear, and obviously, we're playing in Brooklyn, and we play a revenge game against the Bucks on Sunday. So I think next week, we're looking forward to the challenge against the Clippers and the Golden State Warriors. Even I know Steph is ready, so I'm looking forward to that. So I hope everybody tunes in for that. I also do talk about hockey. I know I'm a Canadian. Yes, hockey is our sport, but I really don't talk about that a lot. I do like the NBA. I like talking basketball. I'm not a numbers kind of guy. I just like to talk about, how a team is doing and what they have transformed during the season. Obviously, as Leaf fans, hockey fans, as know, yes, William Nylander tonight, he is making his debut at home at the Scotiabank Arena against the Detroit Red Wings. I don't really have really much thoughts to put into it. All I can say is that we want to know, A, what kind of shape he's in, and 2, where is he going to play? Obviously, the easiest thing, we're all going to know, he's going to play with Auston Matthews. That's just probably the easiest way to put it. So, and again, I did this in my yesterday's podcast, even though and YouTube, you guys haven't saw it, but I made a point across where Kyle Dubas is he is technically on the watch right now. He's on the clock because I've never heard a GM say, I'm not going to trade you. I promise. I paid you $6.9 million. I'm not going to trade you. Now, my frustration that I just said, you're going to be in the playoffs. NHL playoffs is different than the NBA in the NBA playoffs. They're the same in 2 aspects. You have to play physical, and you got to have score. You have to have proper timing, and you got to have good defense in the postseason. But for the NHL, you got to have solid goaltending. We know what Freddie Anderson can do in Toronto. We know he can steal a game for the Maple Leafs, but you can't overuse the guy. We talk about the NBA. There's a lot of whistles going on in the NBA. When you go to the postseason, there's not a lot of whistles because the referees are going to make you play. So my only argument is when the Maple Leafs go into the postseason, because remember last year we played the Boston Bruins. Nylander only had 1 goal. 1. Where was Auston Matthews? At least Morgan Riley tried. At least Mitch Marner tried. I thought some guys really kept their game in check in that postseason last year. But when you come to the NHL playoffs, you gotta have some dog in you right now. You gotta play aggressive. You gotta be nasty when you get into the postseason because that's how you're gonna win a championship. Championships are based upon good defense, timely scoring, and goaltending. That's what it has to be. So again, I'm like I said, I'm a Leaf fan. I'm not sold right now about us winning the Stanley Cup because, again, if you win me a playoff game, I will believe it. If not, then I'm questioning the Maple Leafs front office. Did you not say we're going to rebuild? But all of a sudden, we turn Auston Matthews in the first pick. We got Marner, Nylander. What happens if we don't win? So that's my question. So again, I'm looking forward to the game tonight. I want to see how William Nylander fares. So we're obviously looking forward to what he's going to bring to the Maple Leafs. And again, I hope he does get traded in the NHL deadline. We need a defenseman. And Kyle, make it happen, please. Other news and notes in the NBA, obviously, like I said, speaking of Kawhi and the trade that happened, obviously the Spurs losing by 40. It's not really that surprising. I'm not saying Greg Popovich is the reason why they're losing. It's just we have to understand something too. And I told you guys all the time, I love DeMar DeRozan. I really do. He just needs another gear to get better. Adding some defense would really help. And I just think that, he's in a system he's going to thrive on. But we all know San Antonio's not the San Antonio what we used to be. I grew up watching San Antonio. I watched the Duncans of the world, the Robinsons of the world, the Manus, the Parkers. You know, the list goes on and on. That's the Spurs way. So it is sad that it has that they're 14th in the Western Conference, but I'm not that surprised. I mean, if you think about it, you look at the Western Conference now. You know you're gonna get from Denver. You know Denver is a good team. So and the Clippers, that's a shock. That's a shock of the year for me personally. Just looking about it, I mean, I have my standings right here. OKC, are they a threat? Yeah, they are in some case, but obviously, when the Warriors are healthy, they're a dangerous team. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't change anybody's opinion. But there's a lot of surprising teams in the NBA for me personally. The Grizzlies are doing a lot better than they were last year. Portland, they have yet to show me they can win the big game. I mean, Anthony Davis put it on them last year. Dallas, am I a believer on the Dallas train? No, not really. But however, I do like Luka Doncic. I think Doncic is something special in Dallas. Are they the best team in Texas right now? Yes, because the Rockets are not what they are right now. So it's a little early in the season. And you know, where we have with the East, it's up and down right now. And I just think that looking at it as a whole, the top teams in the East are going to be, it's going to be Toronto, it's going to be Boston, it's going to be Milwaukee, and it's going to be Philadelphia and Indiana, and the list goes on and on. Anything can happen in the NBA. So obviously, it's a little bit early for me. It's a little bit early, but I'm enjoying the journey watching these games, and I'm also looking forward to Christmas when we're going to see LeBron and KD clash. So that's also going to be a fun matchup. And yeah, and now going into the NFL, my last point. I know the playoffs is coming, Super Bowl's coming. I'm sure everybody is excited. We all know the AFC. Question is the Patriots going to be back? Are they going to be back to the Super Bowl? And you know, I'm going to be very blunt. I'm not a Patriot fan at all. I don't like the Patriots. I respect Tom Brady as a quarterback. He's done nothing but great things. He's a champion. You can't take that away from him. I just don't like the organization as a whole. I'm still a Steelers fan. Yes, I know they blew 16-point lead last Sunday. I was frustrated. It's Sunday Night Football. This is prime time. You know, you don't expect those things to happen, but I'm still rolling with the Steelers. I still think Big Ben will get to another level, and I think losing Connor for this Sunday really does hurt. But if for me to think Pittsburgh is going to take that next step, that defense has to get better, without a doubt. I like TJ Watt. I like Bud Dupree. Who on the safety is going to make plays? That's my question. NFC, the Rams. I'm not really surprised. They are dominant. Aaron Donald is on another level. Having a Dominican Sue and Dante Fowler Jr. and having Aqib Talib back to help Marcus Peters, I think it will help them along. The Saints right now are the team to beat. For me personally, I still believe Drew Brees is one of the best throwing QBs in the game right now. The way he can make an average player look like a star in one game. That's just how good Drew Brees is. So I mean, time will tell what's going to happen in this playoff race. And I mean, next game I'm looking for is the Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. Now, can Philadelphia get their act together and actually go into Jerry's world and try and beat the Cowboys? Time will tell. We'll see. But yeah, those are some of those things I'm really looking forward to. Yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed my first podcast on live on YouTube. It's my first time. I was really excited. I really like talking about sports. I hope you guys really get to enjoy what I do. I might do this every day. I might do this every week, depending on my schedule. But I really do like talking sports. I really like talking about anything between the Raptors, NBA. I could talk college, hockey, you name it, even soccer. Heck, if the World Cup started next month or next year, I'll be talking about that too. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy my first time on YouTube. I hope you guys give a like on my this podcast, on this video. If you guys want to follow me, my Twitter account is Anderson Mark 92. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is Markel Ander 23. So yeah, if you hit me up, if you hit me up on social media, if you guys want to get to know me a little bit, and you can, like I said, take a like there. Again, you can follow me on Twitter. My Twitter account is Anderson Mark 92. Hope you guys enjoyed the rest of your day. We'll talk again.